Welcome, investors. Welcome. It's great to have you. I am excited to share. I call everybody investors because we are we are investing, y'all. You're investing whether you're renting, whether you have bought your own house and you got a mortgage, or you've done several transactions in real estate. Uh, we are all investing, y'all. So regardless of if you are renting or owning, you are investing. It just may or may not be your real estate you're investing in. All right, so let's get it started. I want to first acknowledge that we are our biggest obstacle. As soon as we get out of our own way, nothing is in the way anymore. There's plenty of external obstacles that are an illusion to be in our way. And a lot of times we give a lot of energy to them and they are really real. But if you are able to get out of your own way, you're able to ask yourself the right questions. How do I find my way around this situation? Uh, then you are now opening yourself up to being empowered to make things happen and get out of your own way. So I a lot of people in our community make lots of stuff happen. I want to make a disclaimer because I claim lots of stuff is possible in this community and with the opportunity that I am about to present to you all. But I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial planner. I'm not giving any advice. I don't represent the company that I'm going to share with you, uh, who's helped me to become a real estate investor. I'm simply a student, an entrepreneur, a business owner. All my experience are unique to myself and the community that I'm a part of. The people that I interact with, we have our unique experiences, and there's no guarantee. There's nothing I can promise you that won't come without you putting in the work. Okay. So get legal, financial advice, consultations from professionals when you're talking about forming partnerships and doing these strategies that I'm gonna share with you. And whenever you're making investment decisions, get professional support. I can help you. Our community I'm attempting to connect you with, we have a plethora of resources to connect you with, but make sure you do that and do your due diligence. What we say, trust but verify. So again, no guarantee of success on any level. That is up to you. But I want to be able to support you and give you the tools so that you can make that happen. All right. So now let's move on. Why are you here? Why? What is the burning desire? What got you onto this call, onto my website, wherever you're seeing this at? Uh, why are you here? Uh, you got to get real with yourself. That's first and foremost. We got to get real with ourselves, and we have to ask ourselves this question: is what we're doing right now really working towards what we truly want? So when I came down here 7 years ago, I first got a hold of this information. I was making $14,000 all year. I have 4 kids, a wife. Um, I'm an artist, a visionary artist. I'm an ecological designer. I'm involved in uh, permaculture, ecological design, build. I have awesome ideas. And like I said, at the time when I came down here 7 years ago, when I first saw this information, I was making $14,000 all year. I had no credit. I felt stuck, and I had great ideas, and I had a vision on how to make the world and make my life incredible, but I was stuck in a self-employed 9 to 5, being overworked and underpaid, running on fumes, putting change in my gas tank to get where I needed to get. So I had to ask myself, is what I was doing at that time really working towards what I really truly wanted, which is to be performing worldwide and doing eco tours and building ecological developments and subdivisions all across the planet, including in this country. So I wasn't doing that, and I had to get real with myself. And one of the first things that was presented to me, which I was aware of, but I just did it. It just hit different for some reason when you're in a group of people that care and they want to see you succeed. When you get information like this shown to you and shared with you, it could really impact you if you're open to it. And my guard was down, my intrigue was up, and I was open to the information, different than any time before. So this time, what I noticed was I was shown these cash flow patterns, and you see the poor, middle class, wealthy cash flow pattern, blue collar, white collar, business owners, real estate investors. It's a pattern. This is what clicked. What I realized is this is a pattern. This is a habit, something that repeats over and over again that we have control over. So unlike the stock market, gas prices, food prices, the interest rates, right? Inflation, all these things going up and down, and we have no control over gold, silver, all these commodities. Our habits with how we spend money, earn money, our money habits, our behavior with the money that we do have, whether it's a little or a lot, we control. And this changed the game for me, y'all. Like I said, I realized if I would change my habits, everything would change for me. So no longer was it about it being the IRS's fault or the corrupt government or corrupt corporations and these greedy, CEOs and the tax man and all these external factors that I used to blame for where I was at in life no longer had any weight. It was all on me. If I changed, then all that would change. And if I didn't change, what I realized that I'm headed towards where 95% of all the people in this country, the US, United States of America, are headed. Dead, but more of us are headed towards disability and being dead broke, being essentially dependent financially on others for our financial well-being. 90% of us, no matter how much money you made. So it got to me to asking the question, does this plan really work? They tell us go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a good job. Then you work 40 hours for 40 years of your life, and then you're able to save up money and a retirement account or a savings account. And after 40 years, you'll be able to live off of 40% of that income for the rest of your life. And it's just a myth, y'all. They tell you save up, put money in a 401k. These are the numbers right here. These are the stats. If however much money you need per month to live, for how many years you want to live on. So if you want to live on $10,000 a month for 20 years, it's going to cost you you're going to have saved, $3.5 million. Okay. Ask yourself, look at your numbers now in your life, where you work now, your job, your income. And if you save 40% of your income, will you be able to come up with $3.5 million by the time you're ready to retire and stop working and trading time for money? And then, not to mention, this chart was from 2005. So you got to factor in inflation, 3.5% every year. So this is double. This is more like $6 million, $7 million. You'll have to have saved up by the time you're of the age where you no longer are able or willing to trade your time for dollars. So are you living life by default? This is what they condition us into. Pay a third of your money you earn to taxes, pay a third to the banks in the form of interest, student loans, car loans, mortgages, and then you have a third left to live on. It reminds me of the quote by George Carlin, governments, you could put banks, corporations in there as well. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking that is against their interests. They want obedient workers, people who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept it. They've conditioned us to be employees and just accumulate and save our money and hold on to our money. And it gets eaten away, y'all. It just gets eaten away by inflation, by many hidden factors. Okay. What we're proposing is become a business owner, become a real estate investor. And instead of that nest egg, right, saving all that money in a nest egg, get a chicken. And a chicken for us is the form of an asset. So instead of going to work, trading your time for dollars so you can pile some money up away somewhere for some rainy day, instead, take that money, find an asset instead of piling that money away in money prison, put it into an asset, right? And now that asset lays eggs, right? The chicken lays eggs in the form of cash flow. This is the model that we participate in as business owners, real estate investors, people who are looking to be financially empowered, right? And no longer conditioned into the way they want us to behave with our money. So we're shifting the way we earn and move our money around from this employee default accumulation model into a business owner design model. We learn from experts in all the fields: taxes, moving money around, banking, real estate investing, business ownership. We're learning how to effectively and strategically put in place income systems where we recover mega dollars. Okay. Instead of paying a third, we pay 1/10, if that, and have 80%, have 8/10 of our money left in our hands, y'all, so that we can do stuff with it. Okay, so we got to get into these problems real quick, right? This default way. The first thing is taxes. Taxes is they confiscate from us. This is money that if you don't efficiently set up your system and control things owned by companies, and instead you just earn money in a low efficient way as an employee, and you just own things as an individual, you will have the most amount of money confiscated from you while you earn money. This is the most expensive way to earn money, is as a W-2 employee, right? So we, again, get into the mode, get a business, start a business on the side if you have to, but get into business ownership, entrepreneurial mode so that you can start to build your income systems and invest. And hey, investing in real estate is a form of business on the side. So that could be your side business. So this is how it works, right? You got your money coming in. If you're a business owner, it's coming through EIN. If you're an employee, it's coming through a social security number. And like I just mentioned, a third of your money gets confiscated before you ever see it as an employee, W-2 employee, through your social security number. As a business owner, running the money through an EIN, zero taxes up front. And then as a business, as a employee, you'll spend 50% of the money that you make. It will just leak away in spending habits. Well, versus as a business owner, our spending habits, we've converted into business expenses, right? So we're converting all of these personal life expenses and converting them into business expenses. My laptop, this microphone, all this stuff could just be toys, but instead, because it's for my business, now it becomes a write-off, and I get to recover a lot of the money that I spent on it down the road, right? There's both get a life tax, and then at the end of the day, an employee is left with 7% of their money, while a business owner is left with 40%. And now they get taxed, right? Now the investor, the business owner, gets taxed on the money, but at a smaller rate. So around effectively 10%, we get taxed on average, and we get to keep 30% of the money that we make at the end of the year. So y'all, this is up to you, whether you want to keep 30% of the money or 7% of the money that you earn at the end of the year, completely up to you. Now, the second eroder of our wealth, interest. When you don't understand it, you pay it. And a lot of people have mortgages, right? Let's break down this word mort. This is the big one. Mort means death. Gage means pledge. So the interest that is built into a mortgage is called amortized interest. There's that word mort again, but this time it has an A in the front. So it means it's not or does not dead. Is not dead, right? Does not death, does not die. So an amortized mortgage is a death pledge with interest that is built to never die. Literally, they built these products so that they can keep you trapped inside of the payment forever if you don't know how to get out of it. And I'm not saying that mortgages are necessarily a bad thing. They allow us to leverage and put a little bit of money down so that we can get a lot more money to buy property, right? But here's an amortization schedule. This is a $400,000 mortgage at 5% interest. You see, the dark blue is all the money that the bank gave you to buy the house. The light blue is all the money you pay the bank for giving you the money to buy the house. In the beginning, it's front-loaded interest, is what they call this. They collect most of their profit in the first 15 years of the mortgage, first 18 years of the mortgage. The back end is when you start to actually pay off what they give you. So this is, why the banks have the biggest buildings in the country, biggest buildings in every city, across the world. And this is by design. They don't want you to know how these things work. Once you know how they work, then you can work them. And again, halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through, 15, 18 years into a 30-year mortgage, you start paying half and half on a $400,000 mortgage. So let's break down the payments on it. It's a $2,600 payment for a $400,000 mortgage at 5% interest. After 5 years, you will have paid $155,000 roughly total. Only 40,000 of that will have gone to the money that the bank gave you to buy the house. The other 115,000 that you paid is going straight to the bank's profit. So double that. Another 5 years, so 10 years total. You paid $311,000 in total payments. Only 85,000 roughly goes to paying off the principal. 227,000 is the bank's profit. That's the first 10 years of a $400,000 mortgage. And then they ask you to refi, right? If you paid your mortgage on time, they ask you to refi and you start this clock all over again. It's a scam. So that's the scam. Yeah, that's why people don't trust finances, because of things like this that the banks do. It's not very fair for us, even though in the recent years they've been forced to show us what they're doing. It's still not fair, unless you have the knowledge and you know how to navigate. So that's what we're here to do: give you that knowledge so you can know how to navigate things like mortgages. And honestly, we have information to help you really just not only smash mortgages, but put a bulldozer to debt. Not just mortgage debt, but school loans, car loans. I have a friend named Lisa. I helped her save $20,000 first year doing a strategy where she paid off her loan with a line. And it's a whole strategy that we have 16 hours of class where we learn how to take not a sledgehammer, but a bulldozer to debt. I got another friend, Tom. He helped his sister with this information. She learned how to do this strategy and paying off, accelerating the payoff of debt. And she paid off a 30-year mortgage in 5 years. She paid $30,000 over asking price for this property and ended up paying it off in 5 years with a $500,000 line of credit, free and clear. Okay, sounds wild, but it's math. Let the class break it down for you. It is powerful. So, we get into this. Why real estate? Why is real estate the ideal business? Well, now you know these strategies. You can pay off mortgages faster. We can start to businesses so that we pay less in taxes. Now we have more money to work with. That's one more reason to get involved in real estate investing and put that money to work. But mind you, you don't always need money of your own to make real estate happen. It's leverage. We're going to learn that. So these ideal reasons why real estate is an ideal business investment. First off, income, massive passive leverage income. Not very many places where you can find all types of sorts of income to access and activate. And then also deductions, right? I mentioned it's the most expensive way to earn money as a W-2 employee. Well, when you're a business owner, real estate investor, you get access to over 400 deductions. Okay. The tax code was written so that the business owner can navigate it with as least amount of burden as possible. And then there's equity. Equity is wealth, y'all. This is the foundation of wealth. And in real estate, not only do we realize equity, or what do I say? Yeah, we realize profits. We actually make the money when we buy. I have a deal I'm gonna share with you guys in a minute. I made $30,000 when I purchased. So we can buy properties with equity built in, or you can force equity into properties by fixing things up and increasing the value, right? It it is equity is mwah. And then there's appreciation. The markets have been going up and down over the last 50 years, but look 50 years ago to now, house prices are way higher. So appreciation is something that we don't invest for, but it is something that is a part of why we invest, right? Because it keeps pace with inflation, right? Real estate holds value. And then leverage. Leverage is the key ingredient. Leverage is you can go to the bank, take $20,000. Hey, bank, I saw this house. I got 20,000. Will you lend me 80,000 so I can buy this house that's worth $100,000 and I can make it worth 150? Do you think the bank is gonna consider giving you the other $80,000 to buy that $100,000 house? They would. But you take that same $20,000 to a bank and ask the bank, hey, bank, I want to buy some stocks of your bank. I got $20,000. Will you lend me the other $80,000 so I can buy $100,000 worth of stock in your bank? The bank is gonna run you out the building. Okay, so leverage is key, and not only leverage with the banks and with money, but we leverage our other resources. So as an employee, you're only conditioned to think about time and money as your currencies, right? Your resources that you can leverage. And we leverage our time as W-2 employees. We're conditioned to just leverage our time to get this thing called dollar bills, Federal Reserve notes, that is losing value daily. It's literally a debt note. It's not even anything that is actually valuable, only because we agree to it. Well, as real estate investors, business owners with a wealthy mindset, this design mindset, it opens up our access to currency. We not only have the currency of time and money, but we have the currency of knowledge, relationships, and credit. And we leverage all five of them. Okay, so that's what being a real estate investor essentially is we become transactional engineers and we are sorting out who has what resources for what deal we're dealing with at the moment. And then we assess risk and effort and lay out what strategies we're going to use, whether we're going to wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, or lend money on the deal, right? And then because we understand this leverage of resources, and then we know that our most important resource, if you look back in this order, is time, followed by knowledge, relationships, credit, and money. The credit and money follow the knowledge, the relationships, the knowledge, and the time. So now that we know that we are applying our time as our most important value, our most important and valuable currency, now we leverage that time to get the knowledge, build the relationships so that we are in a group, we are in environments to leverage each other's five currencies to do deals, whether it's wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold, or money lending. And then we break down if we want to do some active activities and make money actively, or if we want to make money passively. Less risk with active income, more risk with passive income. Less effort with passive income, more effort with active income. So this is a deal I did. A friend of our community, a friend in our community, he's a student. He's living in Texas in his grandma's house, and he reached out to me. His grandma was ready to sell her property, and he's going to chiropractor school and had just a regular 9 to 5 and a little bit of savings, but not what you see here, $210,000 to buy grandma's house. So he reached out to me. He knows that I prioritize my time to get the certain amount of knowledge in building. I'm in a community building relationships with that certain specific intentional knowledge, and credit and money are following me around to find deals. So he reached out. He said, Mike, could you help me with this? I want to buy my grandma's house. I don't have all the money. She's ready to sell. I'm like, put me on the phone with her. She got on the phone. He got me on the phone with her. I negotiated with grandma to buy her house for $180,000. So right there, I made $30,000 in equity off the purchase. Okay. So then we purchased the property. I reached out to people in the community. Hey, I got an opportunity. Anybody with the knowledge, I got relationships, right? We got this deal. It's a contract for deed. I'm gonna help this my friend buy his grandma's house. I want to buy the house and then extend him a note essentially so that he could buy the house from me. And a couple of people raised their hand. One person in particular had some financing to help me buy the house. We went in on the house together. We split the deal. And then we bought it for 180 and then we sold it to my friend Wolfgang for market value, 210. He gave us $20,000 down payment and he pays 1,800 something dollars a month and we make $700 after we pay the debt we have on the 180. So we $700 split two ways, $350 a month. My friend got his grandma's house, and then after if he takes this mortgage 30 years, this note 30 years, he'll end up paying another 282,000 on top of the 210,000 that he bought it for. And he knows this. We have a conversation about it. He knows this is the cool thing. We're the bank on this deal. So if there's any challenges, he could reach out to us personally. It's not a big conglomerate of banks, mortgage companies that he's having to interact with. It's a real person. 75% of people in this country can't go to a bank to get financing, but they can come to us. We can create these win-win-win situations. And then you know what happened? Another person in our community approached me and said, I have a retirement account. It's making 0% interest, but I'm ready to self-direct it and invest it in some real estate. And so I sold her her retirement account, my position in this deal, and now her retirement account is making $350 a month from making zero. So that's about a 12% interest return on that money. And then she paid me a little bit more than what I spent used to get into the deal. And so I made my money back with a little profit and a few months of cash flow. And now my friend's retirement account is making cash flow. Our other partner is making cash flow. My other buddy is working and paying to own a house that was in the family. It's a win-win-win situation. So what's holding you back from doing this? Why don't more people do stuff like this? Why is everybody just going this traditional route? And when there's so many different creative ways that we can go about this stuff. First off, lack of knowledge. People are overworked, right? Lack of time, but do an inventory of the time in the week that you spend doing stuff. You get 168 hours in a week. Break it down. 40 hours of work, 40 hours of sleep, another 20 hours with your loved ones. There you go right there. That's 80 hours. You still got 80 hours plus to work. So there's time. We just got to make the time. Lack of money. Remember, I started with $14,000 all year, no credit. I could have made lack of money my excuse for not doing this, but guess what, y'all? I started to look at these things, the lack of education I had, my lack of time, lack of knowledge, and lack of money and credit. And I realized these are the reasons why I need to start doing this stuff. And then the fear is the big one. So even when people have the knowledge, have time, have money and credit, if you don't have a support system in place, fear, it could get the best of you. So we even have a support system built in for fear and accountability and, encouragement. And it's called Renatus, y'all. Renatus has the epic solution. Okay. Renatus creates real estate investors. Renatus stands for rebirth in Latin. This is a financial rebirth. It was a financial rebirth for myself and every single person who's got involved in this, whether they were already successful or not. And Renatus's epic solution, epic stands for education, property, income, and community. Okay, so let me show you our community briefly. I am going to stop sharing and share again with my audio so you can hear. Okay, audio shared. All right, so I'm gonna go into video library. This is the dashboard for when you get into your classes. I'm about to show you all that, what that looks like. And then I'm gonna go into Renatus 2023. We have a national conference where real estate investors from all over the country gather every year, about 1,000 people, and just network and mastermind and do trainings on business and real estate and have fun. So this was last year. We're going to have this event happening soon, coming soon this year, 2024. So check it out, y'all.
Are you ready for the Real Estate Walk of Fame?
What's up, Renatus Nation?
What's up, Renatus Nation? Y'all better make some noise!
Let's get it rocking.
So we are super excited to be here with y'all.
6 years and 44 deals.
37 deals, including 11 on the same street.
Over 40 deals. We've been part of Renata since 2019, and we're just getting started.
I love it!
4 Renatas, 3 deals. After Renatas, 20. That worked out.
Gotten into our 4th deal, so thank you, Bob.
15 deals and just closed 2 days ago on my 15th deal.
Thank you, Renata.
I've been involved in deals with over 100 properties.
We have 11 transactions, 27 doors, and we actually close on another house next week.
Done 13 deals, and I love Renatas.
We have been with Renata 6.5 years and have done 48 deals.
I did over 200 deals, and I continue. I'm never going to stop.
Many, many more deals are coming. I know that for sure. Originally from Kenya.
Originally from Trinidad.
Originally from Russia.
Over 100 transactions, including Philippines.
I've done 17 transactions, own 6 properties, thanks to Bob. 8 short-term rentals that I'm running, 6 a year, and 2 in India.
We're 2 years and we have done 23 transactions, and we're from Mexico.
This is amazing. It's transformational.
I've made thousands and thousands of dollars. I've done over 17 deals. But the best thing is that my life has completely changed. My mindset has changed, and I have incredible people around me. And I'm so thankful to be a part of this community.
Absolutely love to see the results that our people are getting.
Renatus rocks.
Renatas rocks.
Renatas rocks.
All I gotta say is Renatas rocks. Do more deals.
Renatus rocks.
Renatas rocks.
And Renatas rocks. I believe Renatas rocks.
Does Renatas change lives? Yeah. Has it changed your life? Yeah. Oh, there's more to come.
All right. Renatus rocks, y'all. It really does. So we meet in person and online, monthly, weekly, daily, quarterly, annually, like I just mentioned. And you guys are welcome to join us. Here's a sample schedule that I have in my week of support. You create your own support around this, but there's more support than you'll be able to take advantage of all. That's why I say you'll create your rhythm and schedule of support. We do a bunch of events in person, like I mentioned, in Colorado and nationwide, and also online. So there's property tours, we play cash flow, we do intensives and lots of different business trainings. It's a robust system to support people's continued education and continued learning. So it's a really robust system of support. Renatus is in Utah. They are 5-star premier real estate investing education company. They literally have educated over 20,000 people in the country. There's local communities throughout the country, and Bob, who you saw talking, I'm going to introduce him a little bit more to you in a brief moment, but he's completely debt-free. There's no debt on this company, and he has 7 years of cash reserves. So he's practicing the strategies that he has these instructors teaching us to apply as well. He's also applying. Here's the headquarters. There's the address, there's a phone number, an email address, the website. Very transparent company, very available. They've won Best of State several times. They've been in the Inc. 5000 for fastest growing private companies. They're on social media. You can find them. They're real people. Like I mentioned, they have 5-star A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They're just a 5-star company, y'all. They're top rated. They have that Better Business Bureau rating is unaccredited. So it's an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and it's unaccredited. So Bob didn't pay the Better Business Bureau to get his rating. It's just organically earned by the business and the service that Renatus has given to the 20,000 plus people that it served. Here's Bob. Bob is an extraordinary person. He's a father figure for me. He's an example, just an immaculate example of commitment and dedication and consistency and coachability, willing to grow and not stay stuck in the same mindset. He's a stand for all of us. He's a light post, and he's like, if you've ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he's my rich dad. So he could be your rich dad too. 30 years track record building business. He's trained entrepreneurs on 5 continents. He's founded companies that have produced hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. He had a real estate company that closed over 2,500 wholesale transactions. He holds over $16 million in real estate, free and clear, him and his wife. That's paying them monthly. So I can imagine, he has never showed me, but I'm sure almost $20 million in real estate, free and clear. The passive income coming from that has got to be close to 6 figures a month. So he's well paid and well taken care of financially. And he's been married to the same lady since forever, 34 years. He first laid eyes on her when she was in the 7th grade and he was in the 8th grade. So he's had a crush on her since he was a kid. So that says something, he's a family man. He's really dedicated to family and to his loved ones. And we have become an extension of his loved ones. So I'm very confident and grateful that I'm a part of Bob Snyder's vision with Renatus. And you should be too. So what he did was he hired a PhD in education. He saw the model of how real estate investing companies come through different cities for a weekend and upsell you, or a day, and they upsell you on another weekend, and then they upsell you to travel somewhere else, and they upsell you. And then in their fine print, a lot of times they're not even education companies, they're entertainment companies. So Bob said, no, I'm going to create a true education company around finances, business, real estate investing. And I'm going to hire a PhD in education. We're going to set up the instructional system design process the same way colleges set up their curriculum paths, except we're going to interject this business, financial, and real estate knowledge. I'm going to find actual business owners and real estate investors in the country that are doing these things as practitioners, and I'm going to ask them if they want to teach. And then I'm going to help them deliver their content through this instructional system design process. And then he developed an online and in-person support system, right? And where also these live recordings are put online for us to watch on demand, and then also made available where students can come into the studio and watch the classes. And then with this, he's created the best before and after class support system you can find in this industry. We're not learning from one guru. We're learning from a plethora of experts in their field that are also, a lot of them, students and part of the community. They all have to prove that they've made $1 million doing what they're teaching to through their tax returns and HUD statements and income and whatnot to Bob. Bob builds relationships with these people, and then they become instructors. These are world-class people in their fields, and they truly want to see other people excel with the information they share. So this is a vault, y'all. It comes with a vault of over 600 hours of online training taught by real estate millionaires from around the country. And here's the big thing. You get lifetime access. This is not hurry up and learn this stuff and then after a year it's done. No, lifetime access. Building wealth generationally, it takes lifetimes. So you get access to this forever. It comes with these videos on demand, like I mentioned. You can take notes, and they timestamp where you take notes, the digital notes. There's a document vault with over 340 documents that come with it. And then there's also investor operating system to help you to start to build your real estate investing business. And this, you get 30 days, for first 30 days free trial. And then after that, it's just month to month, $125. Every month you want to use it, you just pay $125. And that month you get to use the software. So these are the classes. The essentials are 12 full days of class. It's live education in studio, streaming online, weekly group coaching. It comes with weekly study group. It comes with the downloadable audio I mentioned, and there's study guides as well that are downloadable. The document vault, also downloadable, and then 12-month redemption with a learning partner and lifetime complimentary lifetime access. So after 12 months, you get a redemption of complimentary lifetime access. And this is a strategy Bob employed so that he doesn't have to pay taxes. We don't have to pay taxes. It's a tax strategy for not have to pay on the subscription. So after a year, he just gives us the classes for free. These are all the essentials. They're for every human. We should know this stuff coming out of high school, how to do your taxes and how to set up your businesses for liability protection and how to build your credit, right? How to pay more efficiently your debts and pay down debts faster and move money around more efficiently. And then just knowing the basics of real estate and, what not to do in real estate and how to find off-market deals and what the creative side of real estate looks like, where you're not just brainwashed into always having to use the bank, right? And becoming our own type banking type entities, right? Helping people put their money better to work, learning how to negotiate in deals and getting a win-win situation out of the situations, and then we even have a class called Be a Genius, where you learn how get better methodologies to learn. Because in school they just taught us how to memorize, but there's ways that you can learn where it goes deep in your bones and you become the information, and that's what we learn. So yeah, every human is the essentials. Then there's the profits, and excuse me, the essentials are all the financial classes. If you notice, financial foundations. Okay, then you go to your business foundation. The profits is the 11 full days business entrepreneur classes, all the same perks, live in studio and streaming online, the downloadable audio, the study guides, the 12-month redemption with complimentary lifetime access, and a learning partner. So the profits it takes you through. When you become a business owner, you need certain skill set, and this helps you build that skill set as the business owner, whether you're just a startup or you've been running your business for years. And then there's the AIT, the Extreme Plus. These are the real estate investing classes. Okay. This is where the robust most amount of information is at. So if you look, the essentials is one learning path. Okay. One learning path. The profits, one learning path. The AIT, 11 learning paths. Okay. It comes still live in studio, streaming online. You get 6, this is the difference, 6 one-on-one coaching sessions with Gavin McCaleb. He's a extremely experienced real estate investor. He's done pretty much every deal you could think of multiple times. And so he's the coach. And you can bounce off your ideas, deals that you're looking at. Call him when you set up a coaching call before you even get going, and set up a strategy, a plan for how you're going to build your real estate investing business and career. There's lots of ways you can utilize Gavin. But then there's you also get the weekly group coaching, the weekly study groups. Those study groups are also with the instructors. So every week you get to tap in with the instructors and ask questions about their class. And then there's downloadable audio, the document vault, the learning partner, complimentary lifetime access. And then also there's in the AIT are bonus courses. And this is in the bonus courses where I learned how to set up my own family banking system with by establishing trusts and then creating life insurance policies and having the trust be the beneficiary and using those as our savings and loans systems. It's deep, and that goes generationally. So there's a lot. Here's all the classes in the AIT: discount buying, right? Understand mortgage contracts, title and escrow is the core. So it was broken up in core and then the strategies. And the strategies in discount buying, foreclosures, seller financing, subject to auctions, auction analysis, short sales, 2 days, and bankruptcy. Then you got real estate hacking, right? The core is understanding mortgages, contracts, title, escrow, and closing. Cores are pretty much the same for most of the learning paths. And then you got real estate hacking, right? Market analysis, private hard money, wholesaling, seller finance, subject to, lease option, financial strategies, raising money, and partnerships. Then you got the fix and flip course learning path, the buy and hold learning path, You got the short-term rental learning path, multifamily learning path. There's a commercial learning path, passive investing. So notes, this is where I learned how to do the contract for deed deal I did. Tax liens and deeds. There's financial acceleration. So after you start to build your finances and your income systems, what do you do with all that money, right? Do you just let it get taxed, or no? Do you put it in life insurance policies? You have trusts set up. You see what I mean? Do you, how do you set up? How do you pay off your debts in business? Not only personal debts, but business debts, and accelerating paying down those debt loads, right? The debt services. And taking your credit to another level. So there's lots of class, business mastery, right? You starting a business. The idea here is that we're starting businesses that are systems so that eventually you get your time back, and sooner than later. So this is the 3,000-foot view of all the classes, y'all. You got the essentials, the financial purchase strategy. You got the discount buying, which is also purchase strategies. And then you have your 4 levels of real estate: wholesaling, fix and flip, various the buy and holds, and the money lending, right? And then you have your business startups and business owner classes. So financial, business, real estate. This builds wealth. This ultimately leads you to financial independence, financial flexibility, and empowerment, so you can reclaim your time, your most valuable resource, and stop trading it for dollars like they condition us to do. So to go all in, all 90 classes, over 600 hours of training, you'll get the essentials, which is the financial classes, all the profits, business classes, all the AIT Extreme Plus real estate classes, weekly group coaching, weekly study groups, and 12 instead of 6 one-on-one coaching sessions, as well as all downloadable audio, document vaults, a learning partner, the AIT bonus courses, customer service, complimentary lifetime access, all that and more. We call the Epics combo. This is everything when you go all in. The essentials, the profits, and the Extreme Plus all together. Epics combo. Okay. So knowledge is powerful, y'all. Just one idea can make you a fortune. You think you could find one idea inside of all that I just shared with you, right? You think you could find one idea around keeping more of your wealth in taxes or banking, or one idea around how to build a business in real estate that can help you build a fortune? I think so. So here is this is the education, right? You keep your wealth and build your wealth. Taxes, banking, you keep your wealth. Business and real estate, you build your wealth. And here's the classes for them. Essentials, profits, keep your wealth. Essentials, keep your wealth, right? You learn your taxes and all your banking strategies and essentials. And then your profits, the AIT or the Epics combo, build your wealth, right? Build your business, build your wealth, your money, create a legacy. The AIT is that's the Epics combo, again, all in. It's the most valuable bundle of classes, and it's $35,000. This is on billing. So remember, Bob has 7 years of reserves and no debt on the company. So he created a department to finance people. You come up with 20%, he'll finance the rest. But he had to add a cost to that. But here's a cool thing. If you find the money on your own, Bob will give you a discount. For if you go all in, it's a $9,000 discount. So instead of $35,000, it's $26,000. This is the price of a semester in college. And you don't get to take the classes over and over and over and over again in college for life. You do with this. And it comes with a community. It comes with a big support system on top of that. All right. So nothing's more costly than the price of ignorance. So how much is a lack of knowledge costing you right now? Right. If you thought that was expensive, I get it. And I'll go back to it. When I first started, remember, I was making $14,000 all year. So $26,000, $35,000, that's more than double what I made all year. If I could have made that my excuse, I could have made that the reason why I didn't want to continue going forward and, investigating this opportunity and seeing how I can make it happen. But this was presented to me. How long do I want $26,000 to be a lot of money? I got all these awesome ideas on what I want to do with life, but I'm making $26,000 be a lot of money, right? How long do I want to not know this stuff anymore and let it hold me back. All this stuff I don't know. So how much is the lack of knowledge costing y'all? It was costing me this whole picture right here. Right? If you don't know how to read this, and your life is not set up like this financially, where you have passive and your ordinary incomes divided in half, and then you have your full-time biz, your side hustle, and your day job divided up and organized, and you have your pre-tax and tax-free investments and your side hustle and your actual investment businesses organized and flowing the proper way, how all the money should flow. You don't have your trust set up. You don't have your personal home and your life insurance tied in. And you see what I'm saying? You're not paying your kids, setting up retirement accounts and putting LLCs into their retirement accounts so that they can have property in their retirement accounts. And if you're not doing a self-employment tax, no self-employment tax, right? Creating your entity as an S corp and paying yourself a salary and then paying your company a dividend, right? So you're only having to pay tax on your salary, not the whole income of the business that you're bringing money in. If you're not doing all these type of things, the lack of knowledge is costing you. This is what I set up in 2020. This was from 2017 to 2020. So it looks different now, 3 years later, but I want to show you what is possible. This is what we do. We set this stuff up. You go and you take action. So what's your plan? Do you have a plan for the future? Right? If you're being honest with yourself, is that plan working right now? Does your plan look like this? And then sticker shock. I know 26, 35,000 bucks, that's a lot of money. You can start at any level. I started at the beginning with the essentials, and I worked my way through to get all the classes. But I didn't hold out. I went at it. I didn't let the price scare me away. I didn't focus on the price. I just asked myself, right? Excuse me, are the concepts that were presented to me making sense? And they were, right? And then don't worry. If you don't have the money, there's ways to find the money, okay? The goal here is to just decide if you need a change and if you want to work with me to help you with that. If you want to work with our community and this education system to help you do that change, okay? We'll help you find the money. The same way students have found their money for the education, same way you find money for real estate deals, okay? So just get back with me or whoever invited you to this presentation and let them know you want to do a strategy session so you can find the money, all right? And then I want to give you one more opportunity before I close out. Bob, he's a genius, y'all. He knows real estate is risky, but it's also high rewards. You know, ask him and his wife. They can get wonderful rewards from real estate, but they educated themselves, right? That's the key here. You got to educate yourself. It's risky. So Bob created this environment where it's a low risk environment where we build the same skill sets, but it's just word of mouth. We're talking to other people, inviting them to learn this stuff with us, right? Because the number of opportunities in real estate are low. 19 out of 20 houses are not for sale. And then that one house that is for sale on the block, you have to have the knowledge, the lenses, right? That transactional engineering mindset and the educated real estate investor mindset to even recognize and see the opportunity. So imagine you have to learn, and then you only get one opportunity out of every 20 to even exercise what you're learning and put to practice what you're learning. Well, this low risk environment where Bob is asking you to just invite people to learn this stuff with us, and he'll pay you $300 to $12,000 per student you refer. It's 19 out of 20 people. Remember in the beginning of this, I showed you the stats from the Department of Human and Health Services. 19 out of 20 people, 95% of people are going to be dead or dead broke by the time they're 65, no matter how much money they made, no matter what job they had during their life. 95%, 19 out of 20 people. So that's plenty of people to have this conversation with and invite them into this community so that they can learn and empower themselves financially. And while you're inviting them in to do that, you're building your skill sets in communication and leadership, in raising capital, right? In sales, marketing, in being a business owner. And well beyond that, a bunch of skill sets you start to develop while just learning the classes and talking to other people and inviting them to learn the classes. And then Bob pays you, you get to build a skill set. Now you got money in your pocket and a skill set, and transfer that after you take your season of learning, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, however long it takes you to learn and build an organization, build the confidence, build the skills, transfer the skills and start doing real estate. So yeah, Bob, he pays us to talk about Renatus. You make money by helping us build this community and grow this community. And like I mentioned, yeah, you earn money and build your skill set while you're learning real estate investing. And you can earn $300 to $12,000 per referral. There's no education service purchase required to do this. So it's separate from actually getting the classes. This is just a business opportunity. So imagine Bob is giving you opportunity for $197 a year to start your own marketing firm where you're the CEO of it, and he's your only client, and he pays you up to $12,000 per referral, per person you market to his company. And you earn income on every person that you personally retail. You earn income on every personal retail sale you make. So every person you personally invite into this community to get educated, you'll earn income, you'll earn a commission from. There's no comp plan credit or commission earned on the sale to yourself. So when you buy your classes, you don't get a commission for that. There's no individual monthly sales requirements. So there's no quotas to meet every month to get paid, and there's no group volume requirements. So there will be other people that want to do this with you, and they won't have to meet some quota to get paid either. We all just get rewarded on each individual person that we bring in that wants to buy these classes and get educated. And then you keep the level of achievement you attain for as long as you're ICM. So as long as you're active ICM, ICM stands for independent contracted marketer. You pay the $197, you stay in good standings, you're not lying to people and cheating people, you're being right by people, you get to keep this achievement. And this income is willable. There's people in our community make $500,000 a year off of this compensation plan, and just helping other people get educating and building our community. More people now learning and being educated investors. That's more resources. That's more opportunities to do deals. It just is a win-win-win situation. We call it the Renatus wealth cycle. You sell the education while you study the education, apply what you've learned with what you earn so that you can invest in real estate. And Bob's mission statement with Renatus is to empower 1 million motivated individuals with principle-centered entrepreneurial knowledge so that they may attain financial independence as business owners and real estate investors. So remember, college, we're conditioned to go to school, get good grades, go to college, right? Then you end up getting a job, whether it's a good job or not, and then you're broke, dead broke at 65, no matter how much money you made your whole life. Versus come here, right? Entrepreneurial centered knowledge. Now you can attain financial independence because you're a business owner, you're a real estate investor. You have different habits with your money and with your time. So remember, it only takes one decision to change your life, y'all. This decision completely revolutionized 180 my life. So I'm confident it could do that for you too if you give it a shot. And this is what you're giving a shot. 5-star world-class education, 24/7 lifetime online access to over 600 hours of training taught by real estate and business millionaires. It's a potential tax deduction for business development expenses. So the $26,000 or the $35,000 or whatever bundle you come in at that you invest in, that as a business owner is a tax deduction. So you can get all that money back as a tax deduction. Talk to your tax professionals. There's a cash discount, right? Up to $9,000 cash discount. There's a 7-day extremely affordable essentials test drive. So you can test drive the essentials for 7 days for less than $100. And then when you do commit to a bundle of classes, whether it's the essentials, the profits, or the AIT, or all of them, you'll get a 7-day rights of rescission for each bundle you purchase. Or if you purchase it all at one time, you'll get 7-day rights of rescission where you can get your money back within 7 days. There's the guaranteed billing I mentioned, that's regardless of your credit situation. The live education in studio streaming online, the optional earn while you learn referral program I just mentioned, the learning partner that it comes with, downloadable audio, the workbooks, the legal document templates, the weekly study groups, the one-on-one and the group coaching calls, the weekly and daily community masterminds, and so much more, y'all. This is just scratching the surface. So this is my offer, right? So which one are you, y'all? Are you a 3? You're like, thanks, but not the right time. A 2, you're interested and you have a few more questions, or you're a 1, like I was, I'm all in, let's get started. Remember, I was a 1, I'm all in, let's get started, but I had only made $14,000 all year that year. So this, I didn't ask you, or excuse me, I didn't say if you're a 3, you don't have any money. If you're 2, you kind of have some money. If you're 1, you have money. It's not about if you have money. It's about if you see this could work for you. Okay. If you see this can work for you, let me know. Let the person who invites you know if you're a 3, 2, or 1. And so we know how to move forward in our communication with each other. All right. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. Remember, education does not cost y'all. It pays. Last year, I went on a family vacation. It was a board of directors vacation. So we had a business meeting for 4 hours, and it was longer than 4 hours, about our family trust and all of the business going on in the family. And then we were able to write off a whole trip to Belize, like $6,000-7,000. And then, so yeah, y'all, remember, education does not cost, it pays. And then learn this week, on Saturday, this weekend, we have an online property tour happening 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, live on Zoom. So get the link from whoever invited you tonight. If you're watching this after this date, reach out to the person and ask for whatever events, whatever property tours or trainings are coming up so that you can get access to those. And then we also have, we're playing cash flow in person in my community in Colorado this Saturday as well from 10 to noon. And we play this many times a month. This is a simulation of how to get out the rat race, how to make your passive income exceed your monthly expenses so that you don't no longer have to trade your most valuable resource, time, for dollars to pay for your expenses. Easy equation, y'all. That's what we're helping people do. Okay. You got to be in the environment and get the habits developed. So thank you everyone for showing up, coming tonight. Congratulations. This is only the beginning. I don't know really how to end these things. Only the beginning. So I look forward to hearing from you. And let's make this happen, y'all. Be well. Yeah. Get back with the person that invited you.